hello there. I've just come back from my CT scan. Yeah, that's an experience and a half, isn't it? So I don't know if you can see, I've got my wound. They put a cannula in my arm, and yeah, it wasn't the most comfortable. I had to put my hands up behind my back like this, and of course my injuries and war wounds that I've had over the years didn't make it any better. I tell you now, it putting my arm up that high, it really aches my shoulder, where I've had slips and falls and trips and bumps and whatever, and it's, yeah, my body's getting a bit broken now. Anyway, but so yeah, what they did, it's like a giant polo. This annular ring is like a giant polo, and what you do is they lay you down on a bed, they raise the bed up, and then they slide you into the polo, and of course your arms up like this, and they're injecting stuff through the cannula into your bloodstream. I tell you now, it's a weird sensation. It was an iodine solution that they put in. It wasn't barium or anything like that, not radioactive, but some iodine solution that they put in. So that highlights all the veins and stuff in your body. And the first thing that I noticed was, they did warn me about it actually, but the first thing I noticed was a rather warm sensation downstairs. Yes, rather uncomfortable. And it does feel like you've wet yourself. It's rather warm sensation, and it's pretty uncomfortable. You do, yeah. But the give them their due. The technicians that were there did say that it will feel like that, but you won't have wet yourself. And yeah, I didn't wet myself, so that was a relief. Anyway, so you're in there with your arms up, and they tell you to take a deep breath and to hold it, and then they slide you right in through the polo, and then when you get to the other side, the bed stops, and they tell you to breathe normally. You had to do that twice, so they went in and out twice, and yeah, that was about it. They brought me out. They didn't take the cannula out. They took the hose out, the garden hose full of drugs. They took that out while I had my arms up there on the other side of the machine, and they then said I could get up and wait in the waiting room for a good 15 minutes, and then another nurse came out, and she took the cannula out and put a dressing on. Yeah, the cannula going in didn't hurt. She was very good, actually. I do appreciate that, and I did thank her for not causing me any pain, because I hate needles. I've got a phobia about needles. I don't know about the rest of you. Even though I have to give myself an injection every single day, it's like I said before, it's not insulin. If I was on insulin, I couldn't come away to sea, because insulin is prohibited. And of course, if I was on insulin and we had to go into the lifeboats or into the life rafts, that I might be in a bit of a state where the injection that I'm taking, this Victoza, doesn't matter if I miss 1 or 2 or even a week. It's based on what I eat, and it lowers my sugar levels, whereas insulin lowers your sugar levels by putting insulin into your body. This injection that I take doesn't do that. It just simply prevents you from taking up too much sugar. So that's why I'm allowed to come away to sea with it. But anyway, I digress. So yeah, it's just a matter of waiting now to find out what the results are of the scan, and to see if there is anything going on in my tummy. Yeah, it's not particularly nice. And of course tomorrow I'm going for a blood test. So they'll be taking more blood. Mind you, they could have taken the blood they took out of here, because when they put the cannula in, there wasn't a cap on the end, so it shot out. The blood shot out of my arm off, and poor nurse was a bit embarrassed. She said, "Oh, terribly sorry. Right, you're covered in blood." But yeah, so I've got to go for a stool sample tomorrow and a blood test. Not looking forward to that, but that's all part of getting old. So, as someone said, why do you share these things? It's so that other people who may be going through this have something to look at and think, okay, it's not so bad after all. So, if you are going for a CT scan, it's not to worry. The process is completely painful. No, the process is completely painless. The only thing was, it was a cannula, and that was just a tiny little pinprick compared to some of the other things that I've had done with cannulas. Yeah, I know. I had a tooth out, and they put a cannula in the back of my hand. Bloody hell, did that hurt? And I asked the doctor there. I said, "Look, I'm really, really sorry. Can you take it out and put it somewhere else?" I said, "Because what you've done is absolutely killing me. I really can't stand it. I'm terribly sorry, but please put it somewhere." Anyway, they refitted it, and I was pain free after that. But yeah, so that's it. The CT scan is painless. The cannula was pretty painless. The injection going in to highlight your organs and your veins and your arteries and whatever, that's pretty painless as well, but it does give you a warm sensation downstairs, which, to be fair, it wasn't too unpleasant, but quite alarming nevertheless. But yeah, that didn't hurt at all. So, yep, it's all good. So just have to wait now. It's just a waiting game to find out what's going on. And of course, I have done a video about the dog, which I'll post tomorrow. Okay, catch you all later. Bye then.